Are you ready for some Colombian coffee? We are too! That's why today we're going to take you on our authentic coffee farm experience just 1.5 hours away from busy Bogota. We're going to visit our favorite coffee farms and enjoy nature, beautiful landscapes, and of course discover all the process behind the final cup of a great Colombian coffee.
Are you ready for this authentic coffee farm tour from Bogota?
Let's go!
¿Para dónde vamos, Juanita?
Para la finca cafetera.
¿Y qué vamos a hacer, Juanita?
Tomar café.
Muy bien. Hola, Manuel.
Hola, Manuel.
We do have very large coffee farms with a massive production, but most of the economy of coffee is moved by small productions, by small farms. And those are the ones that we're going to visit. And traditionally, those farms have gone from one generation to the next one.
Here we are already in this beautiful landscape. Look over there, beautiful landscape. And with Manuel, who is one of the coffee workers of this beautiful coffee farm. Manuel is going to be today showing us everything of the farm, basically his house, because he lives here. So he opened his house for us to visit. So, hola Manuel.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
¿Bien y tú?
Bien, bien.
Qué rico verte.
Mi nombre es Manuel, soy el administrador de la finca en el momento.
Now, a fun fact out there is that coffee is not from this area. Coffee is going to arrive from Africa. But in this area, in beautiful Colombia, we are going to have the perfect landscape to crop it and also the perfect weather. Because of that, the quality of Colombian coffee is going to be amazing. And many things have to do with this. One is, of course, the geography of our country. We're pretty blessed to be where we are, just up the equator line, so we don't have seasons, and also to have the beautiful Andes mountain range that cross basically our entire country. So anyway, one of the reasons why we have so much flavor and quality of our coffee is because of that, is because of the geography, is because of the plants that we crop, and also is because of people like Manuel that take so much care in the process of coffee cropping. So thanks, Manuel, for giving us our beautiful coffee.
So Manuel brought us here to where they grow the seeds to then crop them and have these beautiful trees. So they do all the process here. With this river sand, they will put in the seeds and have them there covered with this cloth just to make sure they get enough water but not that much to get flooded. And after 90 days you will start to see this that we call in Colombia a chapola.
We have our coffee cherry, right? And this coffee cherry, I'm going to bite it because it's going to be easier. Inside of the coffee cherry, we're going to have the bean. You can see it over there. So as you can see, we have two seeds per each berry. This seed is the one that is going to be cropped here. And this seed is actually the same one that we roast and we drink as coffee. So as you can see, everything starts and ends with this beautiful seed.
I cannot explain how much I love coffee. So for a long time I wanted to have a coffee plant in my house. So Manuel just gave me this to take back home. I'm really happy.
Manuel is showing us different tree varieties that they have here planted on the coffee farm. All of those varieties are going to have different flavors in our cups. So it's important for us to know a little bit of them. So we have different. We are going to have Castilla, we're going to have variety Colombia, which is actually designed here in the country. Geisha is another variety, and so on. And every single variety is going to have a different flavor. So this is the cocoa. This is what they use in order to pick our beautiful coffee cherries. See the technique that Manuel used in order to pick the coffee. So you see how he moves his hands? So every single move like is perfectly synchronized, no? And only the green ones are the ones that he leaves here. If I try to do that, I'm going to make a mess. I always make a mess doing this. It's hard. I have to go one by one. He used the entire hand. This one is a low kind of red, like light red. This one is still not already developed. Then we have this one. This one is the one that we really want. This is how we need to pick our coffee. But if you take a look on this one, you can see that this one is dry. It already has lost all the sugars
and humidity.
and humidity that is inside of the bean. Still, we have to pick them up in order for them to avoid falling into the soil, because if it falls into the soil, we're going to have bugs and diseases. So yeah, as you can see, we're picking a different variety. Now this cocoa is really heavy. So this is actually the color that we want. This is what we call red wine. So this is the perfect one for our coffee cup. The difference on the seeds.
So this one, the big one, is típica,
Típica.
and the small one,
Uy,
Castilla.
Castilla.
típica.
It's like almost half the size.
Uh-huh.
Oof. And this one is sweeter.
It's really sweet. No?
Delicious. So this farm is also certified by Rainforest. So what that means is that they do everything in a sustainable way, especially when it comes down to water. They use water from the river, and before they release it back to the river, they will filter it and send it back clean again. Also, there are no use of pesticides, so all the coffee is organic. This stream of water that we see here will now continue, and that's what we're going to use on the next part of the process.
What you see here, this machine, this is called tolva. In the tolva, they can fill 300 kilograms of coffee cherry. So it's until here. And this, you're going to see it soon, is going to start moving the coffee down, and it's going to start taking all the flesh out. This machine is going to do that process in only, ¿cuántos minutos? 45?
45.
In 45 minutes. So 300 kilograms of coffee are going to be defleshed, if we can say that, in 45 minutes. Really fast. Manuel said that we pick up 2 kilograms. Let's see, 3 hands picking coffee. ¿Ah? Vamos a ver. 2 kilos. 2 kilograms.
2 kilos.
Wow!
¿Cuánto nos pagarían por esto?
Por 2 kilos,
Por 2 kilos.
2.000 pesos. A 1.000 pesos.
So 2 kilograms. Each kilogram, 100 pesos.
1,000.
1,000, sorry, 1,000 Colombian pesos, which will be like 25 cents. So we win $1, guys. because a lot of work and a lot of weight is going to be lost. So here we were doing the math with Manuel. So basically in this one, they are going to pick 36 kilograms one day, and then they are going to pick 38, meaning that total in cherry, they will have 84 kilograms. Then on the first process, which is the wash process after this part that happens in Tolba, the beneficiadero, they are going to have 24 kilograms. So from 84 to 24. So 60 kilograms were lost on the process. And at the end, when we have it dry, no, ready to roast, they are going to have from 24, 12 kilograms. So a lot of weight is lost on the way, no? A lot. Too much work, guys. Too much work. The reason why we're going to lose that much weight is because the first one we're going to have is this one. So this is the skin. This one is the one that we take out. So this is a lot of weight. Then we have the coffee bean. And on the part of the fermentation is going to start losing some weight also, some water. And at the end, you're going to see when we wash the coffee, some of the coffee seeds are going to float on the water, which means that the coffee bean, the coffee seed, is actually not good quality. So we have to take rid of that too. So that is why that math is so crazy. 84, remember these numbers, 84 cherry, 24 this, 12 ready to roast. This is the despulpadora, guys, which is going to translate to the flesh going out. So basically, this is the grandmother of that one. The grandmother of that one. Before, all the process used to be done by hand. So here you can see we have the same funnel, but of course what they did was like this, with the hand, the entire day, doing this. No? Long process.
Así a la derecha.
A la de acá. I was doing it the wrong way, as you can see. So this is the way.
After we remove the skin after is like this. We call it the cacota. You can see it there, cacota. But this is not waste. We use everything in the coffee. So nowadays in Colombia, we're using this cacota for two main things. One is to produce like jams or teas, because this actually has a lot of caffeine. But here in the farm, they use it as a natural fertilizer. So you can put this into water. So an extract of water, 1 liter plus 20 liters of pure water, will serve as a natural fertilizer for the coffee. So see, we don't have any waste. We use everything. ¿Sí o no? We are in the Colombian
Dryer?
no dryer. No, this is where we dry our coffee after it's washed, after it's fermented. We put it here in this wood beds for it to dry. And this one, Manuel put it here yesterday. So now we need to turn it so that everything gets dried. Probably if you are from some part of the US or Europe, you have snow. As a fun fact, we don't have snow here in Colombia. Well, at least not like you get it there. And my grandmother used to play in these secaderos, doing
Snow
coffee
angels.
angels instead of snow angels.
Ya que tiene una humedad del más o menos el 14%.
Que perdió ya.
Sí, tiene que quedar por ahí el 10 o el 11% de humedad. Todavía le falta un poquito por secar.
Okay.
So just
Okay.
by crushing the beans like that, he knows the amount of percentage the coffee has. This one is around 14%, and to be able to sell it or roast it, they have to be ¿cuánto?
10%.
10%. They have to have 10% of humidity. So this one is not yet quite ready. ¿Cuánto le faltará? Como un par de días.
Eso le falta todavía como unos 8 días.
So this one to be ready, it's missing about
Este tiene más
8
humedad.
days.
Está más negro.
You can see
Let's
the
see.
color. This one is darker, so this one is more humid. It has a higher humidity than the other one.
Here we are in another secadero that we just entered. You can see also that the coffee that we have here is different. This is the coffee that we called pasilla. So it's the lowest quality coffee that we do have. In Colombia, we have the saying that with coffee we use every single part of the cherry. So even this coffee with less quality, we also use it. This one is going to be sold to drink as a coffee, but of course in less price. A good quality of coffee, average is going to be around 36,000 pesos, which will be more or less, my math sometimes are a little bit bad, but maybe $10, something like that. This one is going to be sold for 10,000 pesos. So basically $3, no? But yeah, everything is used, the pasilla coffee. Now, for you, as a fun fact, this pasilla coffee is the one that we Colombians are going to grow up drinking. Why? Because all of that coffee got exported. Of course, because it's a better business. But what happened is that our production in Colombia is that good that we don't produce enough pasilla coffee to cover the inner demand of the country. So we have to import pasilla from other countries like Brazil or like Peru. This is actually true. Nowadays, we Colombians were learning to drink the best quality of our Colombian coffee because nowadays we have specialty coffee shops. And that is what is going to go on the second part of this video. You're going to see some specialty coffee shops with us in Bogota, not here in the countryside. But yeah, you will see that.
You got access to this behind the scenes of this wonderful tour, so we really hope you can join us when you come to Colombia. On our next video, we're going to take you to the next step of the Colombian coffee, the tasting, the roasting, what the experts do back in the coffee shops to take this awesome product that we sell in the farms to the table. So please join us on our next video, hit the bell, follow us, and of course, if you enjoy this experience virtually, then we hope we can take you on the real tour. Check this and all of our tours at seedbed.com. See you on the next one.
See you! Bye-bye!